RDJ as Doom?
Yeah, that looks legit to me.
And then they came out with the controllers and was like, would you do $1 each for these controllers? And I was like, yes, I would.
This movie like 2000
Jail.
high school.
Straight to jail, John.
So guys, this means that Thanos is coming back in Daredevil.
Wait, say that again? It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
The podcast where we talk about what we truly want.
What's up, guys? We're back with Webbinar Seminar, and we're talking about things we truly want tonight. Guys, please don't spoil Superman in the comments. We don't want to know what's happening in that movie because that's not what we're talking about tonight. So please do not spoil it. But guys, tonight we're talking about some movie news, trailers, breakdowns. We're going to be covering some spoiler-free movies as well here on the channel. And we're going to spoil one show in particular, Ironheart. So be on the lookout for that. But guys, I've got some boys with me today. I got Dave, the VHS aficionado himself. He's here. Dave, how's it going?
It's going. You know, a little sick, a little coldy, but
We're going to try to hold the pod for you. We're going to hold
I'm
it
here.
in our hands.
I'm here for backup.
Let's go. And we got Jacob Stallnaked, the cinematic master of all time, who's watching trailers currently, trying to catch up to be ready on the
Ready for this
podcast.
trailer.
Actually, I'm watching the webinar seminar.
Oh!
The webinar seminar.
Dang! I just got roasted.
It's pretty good
In
so
my-
far.
Well, boys, you might have saw we're talking about a lot of topics tonight. We're going to try to keep it short. We're going to try to keep it to 10 o'clock, right, Wade? So let's jump right in to our first main topic of the night.
Got a little break at the beginning.
Somebody is playing, actually not playing, somebody's directing the new James Bond movie for Amazon Prime, slash MGM, I believe. So this is Denis Villeneuve, the director of Dune, Dune Part 2, Prisoners, Blade Runner 2049. The list goes on and on. Sicario. I mean, dang, guys. Do you think this is a great choice overall? Jake, are you hyped for this?
Cinema. Perfect.
It might be. Do you think it'll be a little too dreary? That's what people are kind of worried about.
Don't care. You know?
Don't care.
Well,
No.
well,
I mean,
is
the dude makes good movies. You know what I mean? And it all comes down to what the screenplay is like too. I mean, dreary is an interesting way to put it because certainly his movies have a bit of an atmosphere to them, and
Yeah.
low, and they're a lot of meditating on this and a lot of that. But yet, when the action kicks in or when the drama kicks in, if it's one of the kind of lower ones, it kicks butt. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this dude's like Christopher Nolan too. So
He kind of is, honestly, but almost in a different style of Christopher Nolan. You know, if we couldn't get Christopher Nolan, I feel like this is the perfect number two. People kind of wanted a more comedic take because we just got the Daniel Craig kind of darker, some would say emo Bond, which I
nope.
don't know.
Let the spoofs do that. You know, there's Kingsman, there's Austin Powers.
True.
There's the spy spoof genre exists. I think Bond should be serious. And this is the right choice.
Wade, what do you think he's going to bring to the franchise? Hopefully theatrically. Hopefully not on Amazon Prime. That would kind of suck.
Hopefully James Bond has like some kind of jetpack and he jumps and it's like the same scene from Dune Part 2. You know, the guy's flying up in the air. But no, I'm sure he'll bring his own take and it'll be good. But is he doing a movie or like the show that they were talking about?
No, he's doing a movie. So he's rebooting it, I think.
Oh, okay, good. So are they not doing
the
the show
second.
now?
I don't know if they're...
There's nothing official. There's I mean, they'd thrown around like, oh, we'd love to do this, we'd love to do that.
Oh, okay. So that was just like a rumor when we talked about it back then.
Yeah.
The only official thing is what is this, 28th, 27th movie? And yeah, it'll be the second reboot because Daniel Craig's was a reboot. It just seems like that's what they're going to do from now on.
Who's your guys? Yeah, sorry, Jake. What?
They pretty much did reboot before it was even called that. Back in the day, whenever they just change actors, I mean, everything was so loose from one movie to another. But now that we're in a space where people care about consistency from movie to movie, they're just calling it a reboot when the actor changes now. I mean, this is our first actor change in 20 years, and since franchises have kind of become a thing, searching for consistency. So.
All right, let's take bets on the name. My bet's on Today's Not Tomorrow.
Today's Not Tomorrow.
Not bad.
Does that sound like a James Bond movie?
It does. It does. Golden Optimum. Optimum Golden.
Okay, maybe Silver.
Say that again.
Silver in the Sky.
Silver in the Sky.
Yeah, it's got to be some generic name. 007. You have no clue what it means, really. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, he's gonna bring some heaviness, I feel like, that the James Bond franchise, but also some like gravitas for sure, which we've already kind of gotten. But towards the end of Daniel Craig's run, it was getting kind of like, I don't know, nothing crazy was happening. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't anything mind-boggling in the newest one. So I'm kind of excited for a fresh revamp. But yeah, sweet. Let's jump into the next topic, Wade. The Batman Part 2 script is done. Did you know this, guys?
Yeah, I saw this post.
This post from Matt Reeves and his writing partner. It is done. And apparently, we're so behind on news here on the channel that James Gunn has already read it and says it's great. That doesn't mean he's approved it. So there's probably going to be notes, I'm assuming, right? But what do you guys think this means? Do you think the movie will actually come out in 2027?
Yeah, I think it'll happen at this point.
Yeah.
Not even the fact that it's like insiders being like, yeah, we've heard there's a script and they're happy with it, but the fact that they're sharing on their social media like, here we go. That means it's primed. It's happening. So that's
nice.
That's a big relief.
Yeah, that is.
He'll be 50 and it'll be great.
Robert Pattinson will be close.
Something tells me this is it. It'll be,
I hope so.
It'll be a mini trilogy with the Penguin as the middle part. Something tells me they're not going to do much more with this, which is fine.
Better be a big epic finale then.
I think it will be. I think I like the grounded take. I like that it's separate from the new DCU, and we're gonna get the best of both worlds. We're gonna get the grounded Batman in this world, and then we're gonna get hopefully a more fantastical Batman in the James Gunn's DCU. I guess we will see after how Superman does, and then we will, we'll see how this world pans out and these Elseworld stories. I want to get more Elseworld stories. I think that's kind of a cool thing. But yeah, super hype. Wade, are you hyped for this?
Oh yeah. I'm sure, hopefully the reason it's taking so long is he's just taking his time, making sure it's a really good story.
Oh, yeah.
Not anything else.
Honestly, I'm surprised this even exists. I mean, I know the old DCEU before James Gunn came in and took over was just kind of starting to be like, whatever.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. But it's kind of, especially with Superman coming out, we're in such a spot where we're thinking about the old and we're thinking about the new and how they relate. And yet in the middle of both of them is just this, now a franchise of, a really good movie and a really good TV show and hopefully another really good movie. It's just funny that it's kind of caught in the middle of this transition.
Yeah. It's so weird. Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's weird how it started because it originally was the Ben Affleck solo movie that Ben Affleck was going to direct. And then Matt Reeves came in to direct it. And then Ben Affleck left the movie, and then Matt Reeves was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna write my own version,"
Yeah.
And so it's just so crazy that this is what it's become, and it's in between the two, like you were saying, it's in between the DCEU and the DCU, but it's not connected. It's so strange.
I'm telling you though, if tomorrow morning there was a post that said Robert Pattinson signs an 8-picture deal with Warner Brothers to be Batman for 20 years, I think I'd be okay with that too. And let him grow and become fantastical and have this ground to start and go into it. I kind of still wish for that. Part of me still coping. I know people have seen Superman. Part of me is wondering if there's a credit scene that they're not showing until Friday. That that has Robert Pattinson, it's cope at this point. But
That would be insane. Could you imagine? That would break the internet. If Robert Pattinson showed up at the end, that would be insane.
I'm sure he did not.
No, I don't.
No, it's not going to happen, and that's why I'm not like expecting it. But it's just
funny. It's funny because James Gunn apparently considered it. That's what's crazy to think about.
The Gotham that they set up in this movie is such a good world, and it feels like we've scratched the surface, and we're probably about to say bye to it and meet a new one, and I'm sure it'll be cool. But
yeah, but all right, that's awesome. That's exciting. 2 years from now, we will be seeing that. John Bernthal will return as the Punisher in brand new day Spider-Man 4. This is coming July 31st, 2026, next year. It didn't get pushed. And I think we talked about Doomsday and Secret Wars got pushed, but Spider-Man didn't. Spider-Man kept its release date. So this is insane, guys. I don't know how you guys feel about this. If you know... Yes.
Is it going to be like rated R or?
I don't think so, but it's funny because Colin, a friend of the pod who's been on many times, like texted me immediately and he was like, "Dude, oh my word, what the heck?" And I was like, "Dude, what is happening? This is awesome." It's like a match made in heaven, honestly. Jake, how you feel?
Yeah, this is awesome because the Tom Holland Spider-Man has spent his career being stuck with other characters, for better and for worse. Iron Man and Nick Fury and Doctor Strange and with the Avengers and the Avengers. So it makes sense that there's going to be another big name, and the fact that it's John Bernthal's Punisher is just awesome. I mean, the Punisher and Spider-Man I think the Punisher was from a Spider-Man comic originally.
He's a Spider-Man villain. Yeah, he's a Spider-Man villain.
And that's cool to kind of bring him home like that, and like Wade said, it'll probably be a little different than we've kind of come to expect from the TV show on Netflix and this surprisingly violent Disney Plus show.
Yeah,
shockingly almost. But I think it'll work. You know what I mean? PG-13 is still.
They can do some really funny stuff with it, like cut away, and like Punisher's killing people, and Spider-Man's like, "Stop! What are you doing?" Like freaking out about it. They can kind of play it kind of funny with it, I feel like.
For sure.
Cast John Bernthal and everything. Yes, I agree with that. He's an awesome actor.
Right now, for sure.
It's crazy that him and Tom Holland are in the Odyssey together as well. And they're going to shoot that, and then right now I think they're shooting this. So, back-to-back shooting, right?
Yeah. So,
Perfect.
So have you guys seen, I'm not sure we can show it because it's leaked at this point, the trailer for the Odyssey yet?
I have not seen it, no.
Okay, you'll see it when you see Jurassic World because it plays before that.
Yeah.
Both the Universal movies. Literally, my
probably
theater
plays before Superman 2 then, right? Or
Superman's Warner Brothers, so it probably won't.
Dang.
But our theater clapped. It was so good. Anyways, the teaser, it's really short, and it has John Bernthal and Tom Holland's characters in a short conversation. It was cool to see him in. His head's shaved. He's got a big beard.
Nice.
He's looking like he should be in ancient Greece. But yeah, he's doing. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, he's still.
He's still doing it.
He's still doing it, but it's gonna work.
It's
gonna work in context. I'm sure that teaser is gonna be online soon. I bet they're waiting for Jurassic World to be out maybe another week. So we'll talk about it on the next podcast.
That is so funny that he's still doing the character, even though the John Bernthal.
But he's doing
Let me tell you something, Spider-Man. Okay, I know another red guy. Okay.
In the
something.
teaser, Tom Holland who's going to be playing Odysseus' son. Says, "Have you seen, have you seen or heard of my father?" And it's pretty much just a minute of him being like, "Let me tell you something about him." So,
dang.
Father, Odysseus.
Yeah, this dude. I mean, John Bernthal's been in the consciousness. I mean, he's been a star since The Walking Dead got big in 2011, 12, 13.
Yep. Yeah.
But his rise even in the past 3 or 4 years has been really. I mean, he's gone from like a really high B-lister to like an A-plus lister. It's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they can do some fun stuff with this. Like, there's an iconic shot of Punisher holding Spider-Man, like, all beat up, and he's, like, in a hospital. He's like, "I need a doctor!" Like, in the hospital, like, freaking out. I think that's in Civil War.
It is in Civil War.
That comic. So that would be epic if he, like, snipes him and then, like, feels bad about it or something and has to, like, save him. That would be crazy. Like, say Punisher's hired to kill Spider-Man or something. I don't know.
Could be
But
interesting.
yeah,
Definitely be great. Great addition.
this is the dream too. Like I know we saw Charlie Cox in the last one, in the last Spider-Man as a little cameo, but I'm thinking this is going to be a main role. This is kind of crazy. Like he was a Netflix character, and now he's going to be in a full-on movie. Like
this feels like the final like legitimization of the Netflix stuff.
Yep.
Where, you know, we had the cameos from Charlie Cox, and we had Vincent D'Onofrio in Hawkeye. But even at that time, remember, they were planning on maybe they were going to be different versions, but just the same actors. And of course, we've had the sequel show that is set. You know, it's set in the MCU, but it's still in its own sequel show kind of world.
Yep.
Having a character who featured prominently in the old Netflix shows, in the sequel shows, jumping to a movie is just the final. What's the good way of saying nail in the coffin? I mean, it's
final straw.
It's also bad.
That's also bad, yeah.
I don't know, but it's just the final way of saying, like, yes, we are committed. All that happened.
Final piece of the puzzle.
Final.
Yes.
That's it.
That's why
it's almost validating that it is like the Netflix series. You can say what you want about some of them, but at least the Punisher and Daredevil were freaking epic, and they do fit. They could fit into the MCU perfectly. They're
watch if you.
I feel like I quite haven't wasted 160 hours now. Maybe I've only wasted like 80 hours. So we'll see who else gets brought in and saves my hours. You know. Yeah.
Could you imagine like a Defenders type of team up in this? I don't know. I feel like that's going to happen in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, but I don't know. We'll see. Could be awesome. Let's jump to our next topic, Wade. Michael Bay is back, baby. After 8 years, he's directing another Transformers. I just thought I'd throw this in here.
We need an Angry John comment about
that. Where's John? Where's John when you need him?
Here, let me do it.
Yeah.
I'm just so done with Michael Bay Transformers.
I feel like John likes Michael Bay Transformers, though.
No, he does, but he's so sick of like the Michael Bay style movie where like everything gets blown up. And...
Megan Fox better be back. That's all I'm saying. Shia LaBeouf. I want everybody. Mark Wahlberg. Bring everybody back. Bring back the Bumblebee girl. Whatever, you know? Mix all the genres. The G.I. Joes better be there, too, somehow.
The G.I. Joes?
Because they hinted that in the last one, that the G.I. Joes and the Transformers were going to team up.
Are you serious? Dude, that'd be pretty...
joking.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool.
It's like a Hasbro, like... what's it called? Hasbro, like, cinematic universe, almost. They were hinting it, dude. Pretty crazy. But, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Do you think he'll bring back Marky Mark or Shia? Or what do you expect out of this? Just terribleness?
Is Fox confirmed?
No.
Oh, you just have her in the picture?
Yeah.
I have no words, really. Never seen any past the first two.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Them, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, you haven't seen the first one, at least?
None of them.
Wait,
what?
The first one is very worth a watch. It's a classic.
It is a classic. It honestly is.
Probably not worth it to go for.
Well, I'm not a car guy, and I don't care about robots, so I don't know.
Okay, that's
not
the two
necessarily
big things there, so you're probably done.
I'm not either way, but I still think these are awesome.
Okay.
Especially Optimus Prime having a speech at the end of every single movie, and then it ends with like a needle drop.
Let me put it this way: Steven Spielberg was actually a big creative force behind the original. He produced it, and he gave notes to Michael Bay and on the script and everything. And I think he's remained a producer on all of them, but I think that's the one that had like legitimate involvement from him. And it shows. It's a much better movie by far, and
yeah,
that one, the original, is worth a watch. Shia LaBeouf is great.
It gets into like a weird CGI fest, and like Mark Wahlberg talking about his daughter being underaged, and it's just really, really weird. And there's
dinosaurs now.
Yeah, dinosaurs and monkey transform. It's just like, what is happening? All right, next topic. Wait. Transformer movies are peak. Okay, Morgan.
Okay, pass.
Okay, keep going. Okay, this is not confirmed, but this is rumored a Thor 5 titled Thor Quest, possibly directed by the guy who did Mad Max. What's his name? George Miller. So, how do you guys feel about this? Fake? You think it's fake?
Yeah, George Miller's never directed another movie. I guarantee it.
You think he's too old? He's like 80. He's like 85.
Yeah, that's somebody being like, "Oh, Mad Max was good. I think Mad Max guy should do Thor."
Furiosa was good. He should do Thor.
Yeah,
I don't know if this will actually happen. I feel like
fifth Thor was not as
Thor
great.
does
I'm
need-
just like I need a
Thor needs some validation. He needs a
Yeah.
good director.
You're right. Thor needs a fifth movie. He needs a new creative behind him.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's George Miller. I don't think it's called Thor Quest.
He's one of the best characters in the MCU, and he was kind of, I feel so bad for Chris Hemsworth with Thor Love and Thunder. But I think Doomsday is going to really rectify his character, hopefully. I don't know.
Everyone talks about in Doomsday, they're like, what will the X-Men do? What will the Fantastic Four do? Who are Sam's Avengers? But I think everyone's kind of missing that when they did the cast announcement, the very first chair they revealed was Chris Hemsworth. I think there's a chance that Thor is like the main character of
I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so, dude.
He needs some redemption. Because, like, Thor Ragnarok was so good because it was just so different and so funny, and Taika Waititi, like, really nailed it. But then Thor 5, they, like, took all of that to the extreme, and it just didn't land.
But he nailed the balance of emotions and heart and also comedy. But it seemed like Thor Love and Thunder, there was no, like, they did not have him on a chain. They were like, do whatever you want. And he just went full comedy, and it was like there was no levity except for, like, the one scene where
scene at the end.
That was a really good scene, honestly, with Gore, choosing to bring back his daughter with the one wish from eternity. I thought that was sick, actually. But the rest of the movie stunk really bad. And so I think it's kind of funny. Even Chris Hemsworth is like, "Yeah, we gotta do something different when I come back." That's literally what he said. I think Doomsday.
Right, yeah.
I really hope Doomsday is his redemption, almost like Infinity War was kind of his movie as well. Where Infinity War, a lot of it is dedicated to Thor going on that quest to get Stormbreaker, which is an awesome, just epic story, honestly. And then him coming back to Wakanda. Dang, that's an insanely awesome scene. So we need something like that. I think it could happen. Jake, I love that idea.
Yeah, I really hope Thor is a big part of these next two Avengers movies, and then has his own farewell movie, kind of like a couple of the other heroes have had. I think he really deserves it.
He needs almost like a gritty movie, like really like serious, not to the point of like self-serious like Thor: The Dark World, but like a like epic, almost Man of Steel like send-off. You know what I'm saying by that? Just like something like it's very serious. It's not taking itself too seriously, but something epic. I don't know how they do that. It would be very hard.
That's why everyone loves Ragnarok, is because it's got the perfect mix of like Thor is funny, but he's also serious, and he's also like super powerful.
Yep.
So
he's not an idiot like in the new one.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Okay, guys, that
would be sweet.
News.
All right, what else we got, Wade?
Jump into our trailer smash.
Trailer smash. Let's go, baby. Project Hail Mary. This book was written by the Martian author. It's gonna be. It's made by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Obviously, they've done a lot. The Lego Movie, Spider-Verse. You can name a ton of amazing movies. They've done them. This looks awesome. People are kind of equating it to like Interstellar meets E.T. And I kind of get those vibes from it, honestly. How'd you guys feel about this?
Yeah, some of the space shots are really Interstellar-like, and it does look really cool.
Yeah, but it's got a mix of like the funniness in there, actually. And
that's Chris Lord and Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They're always got to have the comedy with it. But yeah,
a lot of my mom's a teacher, and so I'm friends with a lot of her friends on Facebook, a lot of teacher people. A lot of them have read this book. They were all talking about it on Facebook, and they're like all saying it's one of the best books they've ever read.
Wow.
And I'm just reading this thread of these like 50-year-old women being like, they love this book. So I think this movie's going to have a lot of crossover appeal. You've got adults who have read the book and take it very seriously, and you've got people like us who are kind of drawn in for like the sci-fi aspect of it. And it looks legit enough that I think you're going to have a lot of people who might take it seriously too.
And there's a cute creature in it, apparently.
Yeah, so I think this movie is going to be a big smash. Phil Lord and Chris Miller's first live action movie since they did the Jump Street movies, which is
Dang.
which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for them to do live action again for some time because Spider-Verse is great, and they credit the animators as the directors on Spider-Verse, which is rightfully so, but they really are the driving creatives behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know the Lego Movie franchise and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. People are just
Yep.
there was no God. What was the movie called? It was like the Mitchells and the Machines. I never
Oh,
saw
yep.
it. I never saw it, but that was supposed to be really good too. They just have this niche of animation.
Yep.
But their comedy obviously transfers well to live action when they do it. And they've also proven in Jump Street that it can be very well done action too, because those movies are actually pretty action heavy, and all the scenes are pretty clear. So it seems like a perfect match. You've got a great book, charismatic actor,
Yeah.
and talented directors. I think this one's going to be a hit.
It also seems a little bit like Arrival, Wade, where there's like a language barrier of some sort. So I don't know. Somehow he's going to communicate with this alien.
Except in the trailer, he's like, I'm not an astronaut. So, but he's got like a degree in molecular biology or whatever.
Yeah, he's a scientist who's a middle school teacher, basically.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess this is their last resort mission, so they're getting. It seems like Earth is dying, correct? So the sun is dying. Sorry. So they're trying to figure out why, but they're gonna all die if they don't figure this out. So they'll send some random guy. I don't know why. So
Ryan Gosling.
Send Ryan Gosling.
He's been to space before in First Man,
and he's Ken. And he's Ken. He's got Kenergy.
I did in the trailer when it was like Academy Award nominee Ryan Gosling. I was like, what did he get a nomination for an Oscar for?
Barbie.
And I was like, yeah, he did kill it in that.
This looked so interesting. I bought the book, so I'm gonna read it on vacation.
Hey, Cam, let me borrow it.
I'm gonna read it on vacation, and I'll let you guys know. Yeah.
Yeah, this has potential to be the best space movie since Mars Needs Moms. So this is gonna be good.
Or The Martian. Honestly, The Martian was pretty good.
No, we're gonna brush past what Wade said.
Yeah, I was joking about Mars Needs Moms. So.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it terrible?
Probably. I haven't seen it either. It's just joking.
Right now.
All right, guys. Next trailer. The Running Man. Okay, so this is kind of not necessarily a remake of the original because this is based off of a Stephen King book, but apparently this is a more accurate to the book version because the original did its own thing, apparently. The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've never seen it, but apparently this one is more accurate to the book. So I don't know. Do you guys know anything about this franchise, new franchise? I mean, they're, just starting off.
I learned about it when they announced this project, that there was an old movie and it's based on a Stephen King book. And yeah, it sounds like the old movie just absolutely said whatever with the book, taking the idea and just doing its own thing.
They just did the idea. Yeah.
I'm really excited. I like Edgar Wright, the director. You guys probably know.
Oh, yes.
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim. I mean, this Edgar Wright never misses, really. And it's been a couple years. I mean, I think Last Night in Soho came out in 2022, so it's been a couple years since he's done a movie. So I'm looking forward to it. Is this coming out this year or next year?
I think this is next year.
Okay,
I believe.
Well, that's sad because I watched the trailer right before the pod, and I thought it looked really cool. The cast is awesome. Denai Guerrera. I mean, I don't know anything about the story, but Coleman Domingo, and then
you got
Michael
some Walking
Cera.
Dead people. Yeah,
and so 2 Walking Dead people, which is great, and then Michael Cera, who I'm just totally here for his this stage of his career where he's doing different, not comedy movies, but being in other types of movies.
Yeah.
I'm so here for it.
I still can't take him seriously, but anyway.
This movie, it's
squirrely little guy.
Well, he's
noticed
42 now. That's what the crazy part.
He still doesn't. He looks like he's
he's 40. He's 42.
I think he's 42 or something.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. That is so weird.
Okay,
I always see.
You can tell it in the Phoenician scheme. You can tell he's playing a full adult, and it was odd. It was really out of his usual thing.
He's always playing like a teenager. I feel like in every movie, or a young 20-year-old guy.
He shifted hard. He's always played young, and then very recently he's just said, "I'm my age. Get me my age. I don't want to play young." And so that's cool.
Yep.
I mean, he looks like a full adult in this too. So
Crazy. This, Stephen King's books are kind of similar. I'm noticing now because like you watch the trailer for The Long Walk or whatever, The Long Yard or whatever that movie, that new other Stephen King book movie. It's another like post-apocalyptic. It's a game show that you could die. It's very similar. So very interesting. Obviously, everybody in the world is out to kill him. If he wins, if he survives a certain amount of time, he'll get a ton of money. He'll become rich. So very interesting. Kind of like Hunger Games a little bit with like the big like talk show host guy Coleman Domingo being like the talk show guy, kind of like in Hunger Games a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. This looks fun. This could be awesome. Edgar Wright is a really good director. I love Shaun of the Dead, love Baby Driver. So yeah,
Very
this is
unique.
exciting.
I like the quick flash cuts of like people doing things, just like
yeah,
like in Shaun of the Dead, it's just like him like and then it's just like pee going into the toilet and then, like him yawning. It's like really quick cuts. So
well, and it's funny because people generally say like, oh, quick cuts are bad for action, and yet Edgar Wright, like in Baby Driver, there's a scene where he starts the car and it's like 14 cuts for him like putting the car in gear. Yet it works. You know what I mean? Yeah, with every key, thumb movement, foot. It's all a different thing, and yeah, it's just a very, very good style. That's really hard to emulate.
That's exciting. Pretty cool. We're getting a lot of good stuff. I feel like it feels like cinema is kind of back a little bit.
Next year is crazy.
We got what?
The lineup's insane.
Really, Wade.
Well, yeah, we talked about it.
We broke it down. It is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, you're adding in these two movies, and I'm sure there'll be more.
There's gonna be more. Oh man, crazy, dude. All right, well,
quick comments here.
Yep. Oh, some comments. Nice.
Mars Needs Moms is peak cinema.
I've never seen it.
Please do a Mars Needs Moms watch party.
We do need to do a watch party again. That was super fun when we did Black Adam. We talked about doing that again. But yeah, it'd be kind of hard to figure out the technology aspect of that, and also not be getting demonetized. So
yeah, that's the tricky part, isn't it?
Yeah. So next topic, Dave. Ironheart. We all finished it. Did you guys watch it? Wade, you don't care about it, so
nope.
We're just gonna jump into it.
We'll catch him up.
Yep. So you have Riri Williams. She's back. Wakanda Forever has taken place. She doesn't have her suit. She wants to make something iconic. You know what I'm saying? So she's still at MIT, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get money. So she kind of goes down kind of a dark path to get the money for it, which I thought was kind of interesting. Jake, how'd you feel about the show?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. It was pretty entertaining. I'm glad it was only 6 episodes. It felt like that was about the length of the story. So it didn't feel like it had too much filler. But yeah, I thought the kind of reverse journey was a really interesting concept for the show. Like she's getting worse actually. Like she's slowly when when the show starts, Wade, you see that she's been doing other people's homework and selling projects to other schools. And she's been doing this and that.
She's kind of cheating actually.
Yeah, so she gets kicked out because of it, and then she slowly starts to get involved with this crime group, who are all a bunch of losers really, and really aren't that interesting except for the hood guy.
Only one of them is interesting.
Yeah, they're really a bit of fodder there, just to kind of flesh the show out a bit. But and they don't really have much character. They all kind of were the same character. You know what I mean, Cam? It was they all were they all had the same attitude of Parker's weird.
I'm tough
with it, yeah.
But I'm really tough.
So it was 5 or 6 of them that all did the same thing. So that was a little old. But yeah, so she gets mixed up with this guy Parker has this magical hood that we don't in the show know where it comes from yet. And we can see it can turn him invisible and
which, speaking of, he's a really cool comic book villain. So I was okay with his portrayal. It wasn't anything crazy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Keep going, Jake. Sorry.
But yeah, so she pretty much just gets mixed up in. You eventually learn that Parker's goal, the reason he has this hood, is he's trying to get enough money to buy enough shares in all of his apparently his dad is super rich, has cut him out, and
Yep.
he wants to steal and make enough money to buy the controlling shares of his dad's company and essentially push his dad out. That's his kind of motivation. Yeah,
He kind of does, and he does it.
he does it. Yeah, I mean, he pulls it off like by the 5th episode. But that's just kind of his story. I mean, it intertwines with the other stories. But he has all these people. So Riri's looking for money to help improve her suit, and that's how she ends up with this crew, is to make money. And at first she thinks maybe it's illegal, but it's not too bad.
She's not hurting anybody.
She's not hurting anybody, but yeah, then things kind of go off the rails. And
I thought it was kind of interesting that they built her up to be this like Iron Man replacement, and then they made her kind of not necessarily a villain, but kind of just like an anti-hero. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, I kind of like pivoting like that, because instead of just being like, here's our Iron Person now, they were like, here's a different type of character. You know what I mean? Really, I didn't feel any of the Iron Man comparisons. I almost wish they didn't even mention it in the show, because she is so different and the character is so different. I mean, Iron Man was, Tony Stark was becoming better, and it seems like she was becoming a little worse. Yeah. And she even lets one of the members of Parker's crew die, which kind of I think snapped her out of it a little. That was kind of the apex of her dark journey, I think. But,
I kind of have a theory, Jake, but once we get into spoilers, I have a theory about the whole show.
Okay,
but,
cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess the only other thing we need to hit on there is I guess can I talk? Yeah, we're talking spoilers, right?
We're spoil it.
Spoiling. So and to help build her suit, she finds this underground arms dealer, and this is the highlight of the show. This guy, it's Alden Ehrenreich's character. His name is Joe or whatever. He's living in this suburban live, laugh, love house, and the Alden Ehrenreich played like your smart, like nerd engineer character so well. I was getting like flashbacks. It was crazy.
Wait, this is the solo actor, by the way.
So he's like, I got a really good feeling about this.
Well, it's not even like that, but he's more like
I'm kidding.
Well,
that was the Han Solo.
Yeah.
He
like has his
line.
coffee, and he's like, well, actually, if you did that, you'd get 500 megawatts into your body. So it's kind of that attitude. It was so good. But then it's revealed that he's the son of Obadiah Stane from the original
Iron Man.
From the original Iron Man. And I like that when they revealed that, he wasn't like, I'm an evil genius in hiding. He was just like, I hate my dad. Never knew my dad. I mean, his ashes are like in a bag, like a like a Ziploc bag.
Riri Williams built this in a cave.
Yeah,
with a box of scraps.
So, but he gets manipulated by Parker in the Hood. He has a lot of anger issues, which you kind of see through his neighbor. He gets angry at his neighbor and the dog pooping on his lawn and everything. And he keeps on talking about his tech. He has tech augments for people, which is pretty much just Force Lightning. I mean, that's exactly what it was. I swear they reused assets from like Rise of Skywalker. It was Force Lightning. But Parker corrupts him a bit, and Ironheart accidentally like doxes him. I think I binged all this, so it's
okay. She like uses his tech and accidentally drops it at a crime scene, and then he goes to jail for life. And it was like I was like, what? I don't know. It was a little like
they like matched it with all the other stolen tech, and they're like, yeah, this guy's been selling weapons for like 5 years. But yeah, Parker breaks him out and augments him, and he goes to fight Riri. And this is where the show actually did something really interesting. He corners her and he beats her. He wins. She didn't stand a chance. He was better. But instead of killing her, because they did build up a bit of a friendship over the previous episodes, instead of killing her, he just kind of says, look, leave town. I'm not going to kill you, but the Hood will kill you if you stay. So I thought that was really cool. And then I thought that was going to be the end of him on the show. I thought that would have been more powerful if he was just like, look, I hate you, but I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to go out like my dad trying to kill an Iron Person. I'm going to try to be a little better. Then the Hood takes him over and like puts something in his code that he has to do everything he says. So he spends the last episode with no like agency as a character, walking around doing whatever the Hood says, being like, oh, this sucks. I mean, it was funny, but I think it would have been stronger for his character if his story ended there when he let Riri
Yeah, there was
when he
nothing
let
else
her live.
happened. Yeah,
he
with him.
He was just kind of there for the last episode.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really cool story with him to have him be like, look, I didn't like my dad. He died trying to kill an Iron Person. He gets pretty much forced into doing the same thing, and he says, no, I'm going to be better. I liked it for two reasons. One, that he beat her, and because, how many times is the hero kind of ex machina survive the final battle with their villain. But then that he said that he forgave her pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's
Spoil it.
Yeah, let's get into some of the cool stuff.
Should I read some of the hate comments we've got real quick about it?
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, I've seen them popping up over here. Hard to watch. Okay.
Ironheart felt like it was written by AI for Gen Z, and they were totally misrepresenting the black community. Oh. Yikes. What do you think?
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'm a little bit on the more I didn't like it, Jake. I hate to say that, but I don't know. It is hard. It was hard for me to watch. I like to finish it. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I finished it is because I'm a completionist.
Sure.
Basically,
Only
I
good
finished
thing
all
about
of them.
this show was the CGI, and I was probably
That
gonna
is
take
true.
5 years to work on the visuals.
That is true. They had so much time to finish the show that it looked awesome.
Well,
the show looked great.
You can tell even by some of the music and stuff that it was a 2022 show. Like a song that would have been in there, like as really current, was 3 years old, and a couple of those stuck out to me.
Oh wow,
It really did feel like a 2022 Marvel show. Which
It's so funny. Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
the most interesting, I know, and one of the more interesting parts was they kind of like dug into ethics of AI a little bit. With her friend. So in the show, Wade, she's trying to create an AI for the suit, like Iron people do, and she accidentally like uploads. I think the AI, I forget how it does it.
It's she falls asleep and has a dream, and while the AI is uploading from her brain, basically, which I didn't really get that, but then the AI becomes her best friend who's dead.
So yeah.
So like
yeah.
So like her dead best friend is her AI buddy the whole show.
Well, wait, and I'm glad you're like nope, because that's what the show.
It was kind of cringy. I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry.
That's what the show is saying it's not like she's back and she's fine now. It's because the mom sees the friend, her mom sees her friend, and is like, wow, can you make one of my deceased husband? Like this is awesome, and she has to be like, no, like. This was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. And so she actually spends most of the show being kind of adversary with the AI of her friend because it makes her that uncomfortable. And then in I think it was the last episode when they're trying to upgrade her suit, the AI gets destroyed in the same garage where the character was killed in the past. And there's no saving her or booting her back up or anything. So it was kind of interesting to say, like, look, you can try to bring somebody back from the dead, but it's not going to work. And the AI gets destroyed in the same place that the real person died. And that's it. They don't bring the AI back.
Speaking of the suit upgrade, this is the first time like technology and magic like colliding, which was kind of interesting. You know. Riri's like, I gotta fight magic with magic, because obviously the Hood is using like magical guns, basically that can his bullets can curve, and very interesting. So she finds a sorceress basically to put magic into her suit, to go fight him, and then and then she kind of Does she beat the Hood? She beat the Hood, right?
Yeah. Well, she gets the hood off of him, and it's like he's detoxing. It was like he was on a drug, and I can't do it without it, blah blah blah, and all that. But
and then you find out the last episode, the whole time the Hood guy Parker has been being manipulated by Mephisto, like the big bad of like all evil magic, basically. Like awesome. He kind of is like interesting because he just makes deals with people, like, hey, you can get everything you want if you just do this for me, and here's this object that's going to help you. Yeah. And it's played by Sacha Baron Cohen, which actually I thought was cool casting for Mephisto. Jake, how'd you feel about that?
Well, it's good casting too because he's a legit actor. He's not some like side character they got for one episode of a show. Like if they needed to do a movie with like Mephisto, you have a movie star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was good, and I'm glad he was willing to do it. He was only in the last episode, and I actually really thought it was cool because, like you're saying in the comics, his whole thing is deals, deals, deals. He takes Spider-Man's marriage. He takes Harry Osborn's soul. All these. That's his whole thing, the deals. And in the last episode, he just shows up to people and he's like, "Hey, I can give you that. We'll make a deal."
It's kind of interesting because the next Spider-Man's called Brand New Day. That's the one with Mephisto, right?
That's the comic story where he bargains. Aunt May is killed during the events of Civil War, and he offers MJ and Peter. This is in the comics. Give me your marriage, and I'll bring Aunt May back to life. That's a pretty hated storyline because Marvel's editorial just used it to kind of reset like Spider-Man story and make Peter suck again and be on his own again. And
I kind of think like Riri was being manipulated by Mephisto the whole show, like to go down this dark path. Honestly, I'm thinking they're gonna do maybe if Mephisto becomes a bad guy in a movie, they'll have some bad Avengers that are being manipulated by him. I think that happens in the comics.
I don't know. Think that's a theory. That's what I got from that scene where he sat down with her. Was like he knew her through Parker through the hood, and because he was like, I've been looking forward to meeting you. Once she took the hood off of Parker, so I think you're right. That's what I got. Like he was maneuvering everything so that she would beat Parker and end up with the hood, and then he could talk to her and make.
So wait, this is the big controversial thing. Like Jake's saying, at the end, she beats the hood, but she walks downstairs, and Mephisto's just sitting there waiting for her. And he's like, hey, you want to make a deal? He's like, you just beat my guy, basically. So he's like, I've been following you for a long time. Like, imagine your greatness with my my abilities. And she makes the deal. She shakes his hand. And so she gets her best friend back in real form, not in AI form. But we don't know what the catch is, obviously. We have no clue what. No. So, I mean, kind of dark that she made a deal with Mephisto. I don't know if it's kind of crazy, Jake. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and you could tell this was, remember what I said? This felt like a 2022 show. It felt like they left the plot thread hanging. They're pretty good about not doing that anymore. But yeah, this felt very much like they intended to make a second season.
Because are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get a second season? That's the problem.
Now, luckily, besides Billy from WandaVision and Agatha, she's the only like young Avenger champion kind of character who has an outstanding story. So I've seen people theorize that maybe the story of the eventual Young Avengers or Champions show will be Mephisto with all these ambitious young people trying to give them some sort of mission, and that could be a good way to spin out of this. But otherwise they're just kind of in an odd corner, and who knows if we'll ever see the story again. So yeah, I didn't quite like that ending either. I wish they had redone it to end it instead of leave it open like they intended to back in 2020.
Leave it on a positive note, maybe, that she says no or something. That would end the show, and then you don't have a loose end, you know what I'm saying?
And now there's a loose end of, one of the main characters has literally made a deal with the devil, and you're kind of like, well, what now? She's just running around out there. And
yeah. The MCU's kind of struggling with all those loose ends, We have so many that it's going to be...
They've done such a good job of kind of stopping the loose ends and starting to pick them up and wrap them up. So to introduce one, even though we know it's a product of earlier, to introduce one right now kind of feels like, okay,
Yeah. I don't know. So for me, I didn't enjoy it as much, Jake, but that's cool that you found you liked it. I kind of struggled with it, honestly, but
yeah, I mean, it was a fair watch. I mean, total, it was like 5.5 hours, blazed through it in a night, but it didn't really grip me. I don't think there was a whole lot of depth to it besides the kind of accidental depth that they found with the AI stuff.
Yeah. Wait, any final thoughts on this? You don't care whatsoever?
Glad I didn't watch it, honestly. Too much devil stuff. Not good.
You can even tell by the poster that was the vibe they were going for, Wade. So
yeah. I see that now.
Wish they would have
added a Benson Boone song.
Moon
Loved it when Borat cameos at the end.
Oh yeah, I thought it'd be funny if he had the Borat accent instead.
Well, I thought it was weird. He was changing accents like the more he met them. Like he had an American accent when he met them, which was really weird hearing him speak.
It was kind of creepy that he kept switching accents,
Yeah.
like almost like he's like, I'm pretty old, you know, like
Yeah, that
I've
was
been
an
around
interesting
for a
choice,
while.
too.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I liked when he was like listing all the people he's made deals with. He's like 20 presidents, 20 kings, blah 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 blah, and he's like in one Beatle. I was like,
Dang, yeah, that was kind
that
of
was pretty
creepy.
funny. That was funny.
Sweet, we covered it. What else we got, Wade? We're gonna go no spoilers on these because
Oh,
We have-
only one more, right?
one more. Okay. F1. Me and Wade saw it. Wade, we really liked it. We loved it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
This might be my favorite movie of the year, though, thus far. Honestly,
It's not mine, but
really, Wade. What's Thunderbolts?
no. Shoot, I think it's Accountant 2 or
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Captain
I have
America:
something
Brave New World. Yeah.
Ah.
No.
Okay, I freaking love this movie, Jake. You're gonna love it. I think you really will like it, Jake. This feels like back to old cinema again.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a classic sports movie, Like
Brad Pitt really shines. It feels like Top Gun Maverick, but different, obviously.
Ooh, also Mission Impossible. That's better than this, I think.
What?
But-
Seriously?
Yeah, I like Mission Impossible and Accountant 2
Yeah.
better than this, but yeah.
I gave this 5 stars. I loved this movie, dude. I loved this movie.
It's crazy to me. I didn't really know much about this sport, but these cars. I mean, they spend so much money on them for this. Like it's
Yeah.
more watch
Yeah.
than I realize. And then these cars get torn apart and all the explosions and the.
They're like, oh, you just blew 100, like,
But then they
you
can
just
like
blew $1
rebuild
million.
them. They can rebuild them in the pits like right away.
Yep. So cool.
Pretty wild.
So I haven't gotten the chance to see this yet. I was planning on seeing it with my coworker, who is a diehard F1 fan.
Okay.
But his get off the
Yeah.
sorry, cat on the keyboard. Say hi, Rooster.
Hi, Rooster.
So my coworker is a diehard F1 fan. And he knows I like to go see movies, so he wanted to make plans to go and see it. But he went out on a date with his wife. They ended up seeing it anyways.
Dang.
But yeah, he did not like it.
Whoa.
Oh,
And,
interesting.
yeah, I almost want to call him right now and give him this link. But so a couple of things he told me. He didn't like it because he knows it's so. Okay, imagine Cam if they made a movie about being a youth pastor, and you could see all the little things that would never happen. Or
Yeah,
what I mean?
that is true.
Okay.
Or think of
Yep.
something. Think of something you know so well that they've demonstrated it in a movie, and you're like, "That's not really accurate." That's what it was like for him. He was pointing out because they filmed this movie over a couple years, and they, from
Yep.
what I understand, they filmed during actual races. He
Yeah.
said there were race scenes that he could tell were filmed in different years because of the cars in the scene.
Oh, bro. Okay, that's
He was
kinda like
He was like,
I couldn't tell that.
I know, but he was like in the same scene. And he'd be cutting back and forth with the 2023 model and the 2024 model of the car next to the guy in the car.
He must be a really big fan then to notice that kind of stuff.
It's his favorite sport.
Wow.
And he has a model. He's Team Ferrari. He has a model Ferrari. And he was kind of expecting it because all the real F1 racers like Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen that were like in, I guess they cameoed in the movie. I haven't seen it yet. Apparently they all, because they cameoed in the movie and apparently they gave input. They all were like, hey, just go watch the movie. Like, don't think about it. So he said that was bothering him. The idea, I guess Brad Pitt's character comes back for the first time in a long time.
Yep.
He was like, the idea that somebody could get in a car that changes every year and figure it out. He said that was pretty ridiculous. He said it wasn't impossible,
that's the point of a movie, though. It's a
I
dude who's like always
I
wanted
know.
to be a racer like this, and he just loves to drive. and he can. Just
But
figure
no,
it out.
he had done it, but 30 years prior, and he had done other types of racing in between.
And IRL F1 cars change every year, apparently. So,
Okay.
still, I said, he's like, we'll go see it at the Dollar Theater. He's like, because I want to give it another chance because I love F1 and I want to see what you think. So
He's got to turn his brain off to.
You got to turn, and just be like, dang.
That. He's like, I just want to watch the movie.
Watch it for the story because the story is really, really good.
But then again, he said, I don't think there should be a love story. I thought it should have just been racing. And I was like, okay, well, at that point, just watch a race. You know, like
yeah. I loved Brad Pitt's character being so contrarian, and like he goes into the room and he does the opposite of what they're saying. I just love his character.
It's one of those type, Jacob. Like he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is for sure a movie I wanted to see this summer. I'll probably see it at the Dollar Theater, but I'm really looking forward to it.
I guess not knowing anything about F1 helped me like it because I mean, it just seemed epically awesome. Like I was cheering. I was like, oh yes! Like I was so hyped when things were happening, and at the end, my heart was pounding. I didn't know what was going to happen, Wade. Like, at the very end, they held the suspense.
Okay, yeah, the end, Jacob, is really good. It's like, it's not what you expect, but in a good way. Cool. You never know what's going to happen.
So awesome. Love this movie. But yeah, that's...
97% of fans on Rotten Tomatoes liked it. So that other 3% must be F1 fans who didn't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Very cool. Well, Wade, do we have anything else to talk about? Yeah, Jake.
Go see Jurassic World, guys. I know it got a lot of mixed reviews, but if you're a big fan of the franchise, I think you're going to find a lot to like in there.
Ooh.
The screenplay could have cooked some more. There were times where maybe the fourth time a character explained something basic, I was like, okay, I get it, But the action scenes with the dinosaurs were better than anything Jurassic World has done before. It was really cool. I mean, we're talking long 10 to 15-minute sequences that aren't overbearing. All the dinosaurs look good. I was a huge fan, but I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park in general. But I'll say I think that one beats the reviews. Yeah, okay, Sam. I see Sam's.
Whoa!
What did he say?
He said it was horrible. I thought it was awesome. I think you'll love it. Worst movie out.
Oh no!
That's crazy.
Wow. Wait, we got 2 other comments, and then we'll end this out. Why was F1 so good? Yeah, Deep Chocolate really liked it. F1 was live action cars. I kind of agree with that, Wade. I thought I was like, dang, at the end. I'm not gonna say anything, but crazy. But yeah, I'm excited to see Jurassic World, Jake. I'll see it at some point. I gotta catch up though. I'm behind.
Probably Dollar Theater. It really.
Dollar Theater it, Wade.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Wait for the Dollar Theater, but open mind. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
If you just turn off your brain with some of these,
Please turn off your brain for the Jurassic World movie.
Epic. All right, guys. Superman. We are gonna cover it very soon. We're gonna all go see it Saturday. I'm so hyped. Please do not spoil it in the comments, guys.
We're gonna live stream it in the theater on our YouTube channel.
Dang.
Hey Jacob, look. What do you think of that scene?
Yeah.
So, guys, this is what this means. Like, we're showing the screen and we're explaining.
We're like talking out loud.
So, Metamorpho is creating kryptonite with his hands. All right, guys. Thanks for being on the pod tonight. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Instagram, like and subscribe. Email us at the Webinar Seminar Podcast at gmail.com, and we will get back to you on the show. So, guys, we love you. Peace out. Thanks for being here. It's like Inception. A podcast within a podcast.